Okay, hello folks. We are going to be going live here in just a second. I'm getting a YouTube thumbnail up and going. And it will be done here presently. Because if we don't have the YouTube thumbnail, we shouldn't even be doing the content, is what I'm hearing over and over and over again. Oh dear. Oh. How do we do? I'm gonna do a quick outline. That's all I want. Stylize. Oh, cancel. Stop. Deselect. Photoshop. Sometimes you're kind of the worst. You know? Let's go to our filter gallery. We make this so hard now, don't we? Stored sketch. And of course there's no, like... simple way to just... search for a filter. That would be madness. Who could ever do that? Maripon, this is true. Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right, hold on. Give me 2 seconds. It's taking longer than I was hoping. Photoshop. How add glow to object. Glow effect. Are you for real? It can't be that easy, can it?
Select the duplicate layer like so. The opacity is set to 100%.
Layer style outer glow. Are you kidding? Are you serious? Layer style? Outer glow. Jiminy Christmas. Maripon, how you doing? How's your game going, man? We are moving right along. We're having a good time. Let's do that. Okay, good. And then we can just throw some, you know what? We're gonna do the text in Figma because it's faster. Delete. Control-Shift-S. This is gonna be GameJam thumbnail. Okay. And then export. Export, quick export as PNG. There we go. Jump over to the Figmas. Literally all of the Figmas. Okay, bring this down. Replace the image. There we go. Change our align to left. Maripon trying to get poop done. Could be going better, but that's how it is. You know, I hear fiber. Get like some Metamucil. My wife was just telling me the other day how important you know, fibrous cereals can be. You might want to check that out if that's giving you struggle. No, I'm sorry that it's being tough. I have lived those days many times. We're still living those days. Let's group that. No. Do a control K? No. All right, this is a bad thumbnail, but we'll call it good. I've had very little time to prep for today's stream because I've been running around doing preparations for the baby. I got some Cheerios in the cupboard. I'm good. Been assembling car seats and getting them put into the car. Car seat covers, which have to go on before, so you have to take the old car seat out and then throw the new one in. And of course, car seats are never built to be able to be adjusted in any sort of reasonable manner because that would be unsafe. How dare you do that to a child? Woo! All right. Go. Paste this over, and then I think we'll just add it to the Game Jams playlist, hit save. Now we can actually do this thing. Wonderful. Hello. You can't see anything right now because none of the studio lights are on. Let me get those on. You know what's still showing stream starting on Twitch, right? Yes, I do. Oh, well, we were trying to get that thumbnail up and running. All right. Hello. Goodness. What a day. What a day. I hope you're all doing wonderfully. How are we doing on the green screen? Curves. We're down. We've got a plan to deal with all this. I'm really excited about where we're gonna sew in a big pole into the bottom of the green screen, so it's all rigid. There's no more of these curves flying around everywhere. There we go. That should be a pretty good invisibility cloak. That should be a pretty good invisibility cloak. Where are you? Really, that? You're picking that up? Far afield. Okay. All right. We'll take it. I'll take that. Woo! Wife Quest. Hello. How you doing? Good to see ya. Hat. I don't know. I think hat's kind of fun. Why not hat? Hashtag. Why not hat? All right. So, you guys want to see something rad? Want to see some really, really, really rad stuff? I thought you would. I can hear the screams coming through the series of tubes that is the internet. Oh, goodness. If you couldn't hear that, because I'm too amazing at production quality, that was Wife Quest screaming from the other room. Yeah! All right. Let's jump in here. I saw a video on Discord that I shared in the Discord that I'm very, very excited to put to the test right here. Check this out. It's out. Look at this. It's a game with cards, which you can play. Unplayable, because there's no menu yet. So that's what we're trying to build today. We're going to buy some cards. We're going to get some more. Redraw. Build out our base. We're going to calcify. Build a wretch. Let's redraw. Ooh, we need to close that button. We need to deactivate that button when the store is open. That's something we need to do. Let me add that to our list of stuff to do. Let's see. Chrome, are you picking up the right Chrome? Probably not. Where's our Miro Chrome? This one? There we go. Good. All right. So, to do today. We'll leave these check marks and all the stuff you can't see. We'll deal. I just need to write a quick note so I don't forget it. Hide open store button when store is open. There we go. Okay. Yeah, well, come on in, Alex. Good to see you. How are your projects going? Like you said, the thing you just put up on itch.io is like you started it today? That's crazy. All right. Let's get some more of this. We're going to gnaw. And then we'll throw up another calcify over here. Build this. We're going to get another wretch going. We can dissolve the stone. Ooh, why is that not working? I'm definitely seeing a need for way more of the cards for land placement. We need a lot more of those. And look at that! When the guys got close enough, the tower shot at him. Time for global variables and macros. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to be exploring that a lot today. Thank you so much for posting all about that. Oh, and there's Artemis. There we go. There we go. And look, it's like a real game. We're getting there. It's super rad. Place some more bile. Goodness. It's weird that I can't build on any of these tiles over here. There's some weird placement stuff that's going on. Yeah, something weird is happening there. I don't know what's going on. We'll have to look that up. Can I build if I put something there? Yes. So it's like these tiles in particular. It's very strange. But look, it's a real game. Now, Alex, you're saying something very disconcerting to me. Are you saying today's game as in like you build a game every day? Are you doing that? Is that a thing? So, yeah, we've got... Are you for real? You're going to try? You're building a game every single day. No. Hold on. I need to understand. What are you doing that you're building a game every single day? Like, is this... My brain has broken. What causes someone to decide I'm going to build a game every single day? Is this for a limited time? Is this during a game jam? Is it like, what is this? Yeah, and they hit the wall and they can't break through it. The wall loses some health. Weird that we can't like put... I wonder if there's some like extra validation that Adam threw in. Well, no, because I can put something here. I was wondering if you like can't put it within another tile of another one. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Weird. Weird. But look! It's a thing. It's a game. It is so cool. Okay, so we have the hide. We need to hide open store button when the store is open, and then we need to build the menu, and then we need to start hunting for bugs and stuff to fix. Find and fix. That's what we're going to be trying to get up to today. Trying to get good fast. Also want to have a nice big portfolio when applying for teams. Okay, so So you're gunning for game dev jobs. This isn't just a hobby. This is something you're trying to do and accomplish. Are you transitioning in your career? Are you a graduating student? I want to hear about this whole journey. This is a wild thing for someone to say, I'm building a game every day so that I can get really good really fast. I want to hear the whole story that you're willing to share on a stream, of course. But me as a human, I am very curious. Okay. So, we have store open already. That is a thing that is set. So, in our store open button, I think we just, in the step event, we just say, let's shrink this a little bit. We don't need that large. We don't need this large either. If store is open, deactivate the layer. What am I doing? We don't need to be doing this in the step. We can just do it on left down. Just deactivate the button. Deactivate the open store button. Why do I keep making things so hard on myself? So, by the way, welcome on in, everyone. It is lovely to see you all today. I hope you're making something amazing. Feel free to share in chat what it is that you're up to. I know Wife Quest is hard at work on work. Alex, excuse me, sounds like he is very hard at work. Ameripon, you're working on it. I want to hear how it's going. What are you hoping to get done today? Deactivate the open store button. So we need to instance deactivate self. Right? We need a layer. We don't want to deactivate the layer. Deactivate object. There we go. And then on store close, we can just activate it. Activate the open store button. And then we can just, instead of doing deactivate, we'll just activate, and the object will be store open. Game jamming. Very cool. Very cool, Ameripon. Now, Ameripon, I know I've said this many times. I have a terrible memory. Are you the one working on the ant colony algorithmically kind of growing? Or are you the one doing the rat hotel, the rat spa? Or is it something else and I've totally missed it? And if so, I apologize. School passing rumors, right, that's right. Okay, that sounds like such a cool project. And this is the one you're working on with a team, and you said that this is kind of a new thing for you, and you think you're going to go back to doing solo game jams after this, right? Yeah, I apologize for misremembering it. We've been chatting a bunch in the Discord, everyone sharing their progress on their game jam, and it's super cool watching everyone bring their projects together. Okay, cool, right on. Ameripon, thank you. I'm anchored. Thank you. Very, very cool. And you said the other day when we were doing our crazy long marathon, you were doing some 3D modeling and stuff, right? Are you still in the thick with that? Let's test our button. There we go. Now it's gone. Good. So that is done. Let's get our dopamine hit. Gear up. Yeah! Awesome. Okay, we're going to build the menu now. Yes, done. Most of the animations are all in. Wow, that's super cool. That's great. Congratulations. That's a lot of work. So I've been trying to think, like, what would a good UI for this project be? And we could do a big splash screen. But I'm kind of wondering if just like the level speaks for itself, you know? And I'm trying to think. Let's mock it up real quick. Let's see what they might look like. Because when I kind of just get to the point where I can't really think, That's when I need to get stuff on paper, so to speak. So one concept would be this. There would be a transparent layer on top. And then we'd have like bile and coal, right? And then we need to start talking about typography too, which is cool that we're kind of getting to that point. I kind of like the idea of a mix, even though that's pretty janky. Get some sort of imperial sort of serif font. Kind of like this one for bile too, though. Alassan? Yeah, I kind of like that for bile. What if we text transform that to be all caps? Sure. Well, I mean, let's stick with it for now. We'll keep playing with it. That looks nice. Yeah, I don't want slab. That's very modern. I'm liking Jomolhari. I mean, like a... You know, I so rarely use serif fonts that I don't even really think about them. I don't have them in my back pocket of like, oh yeah, this could work. This could work. Because so often in web, you're just kind of looking for sans serif. Anytime you try and put in a serif, people say, it makes it kind of hard to read. And it's like, but that's kind of like the whole point of serifs is that it makes it easier to read. Serif font is for body text. That's literally what it's built for. All right. I think we're just gonna go with one of those other ones that we had. Jomolhari. Just for speed's sake. Did you give my game a try? Alex. Sorry, Wife Quest. I'm amazed at the speed you guys are working at for the game jam. It's astonishing. It really is awesome seeing the sheer amount of effort people are pouring into. Alex, did you give my game a try? Did you link it? Oh, wait, no. Are you talking about the one that you started today? When you said you started it today, I assumed that it wasn't like a thing. I assumed it was just like a repository or something. Hold on. Let me bring this up. Wife Quest. Serif fonts are great for traditional media. I love using them in book design. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. Let me try and grab this. There we go. Survivors. Check this out. It's playable on my page, but not great. That's totally fine. Survive waves of enemies while collecting experience. Okay, so this is a Vampire Survivors like. Nice. Level up, choose an... Ooh, that font. Restore health to full, increase max health, or crossbow. Well, I mean, you gotta go with crossbow, right? Okay, no clicking. Restore health to full. I don't think I can select increase max health. Let's get crossbow. I love the left-aligned name running over the square. Hilarious. I don't really know what I'm upgrading when I do crossbow. Am I like getting an additional crossbow? I mean, let's just keep getting crossbows. Am I leveling it up, or is it extra crossbows? Do I have 4 crossbows, or do I have a level 4 crossbow? And I'm wondering, like, am I going to get more stuff? But I'm loving that trail on it. That's slick. And I like that you animated the experience, too. That sort of, like, attention to detail really, really sets things apart. There's the old adage that a mediocre idea executed on perfectly is always going to be better than a perfect idea executed on averagely. Very cool, man. You can have infinite crossbows at the moment. Infinite crossbows should definitely be some project somewhere. The name of some project. No, this is great, man. I mean, for one day, just cranking these things out, that's awesome. This is clearly a proof of concept prototype that... Okay, Artemis. that could, you know, if I were looking to hire someone, I'd say, look, this guy clearly knows how to build this sort of stuff. That's awesome. Is there an end state? Is it? I guess what I'm asking for, about is there more content that we should be exploring here? And if the answer is no, that's totally fine, because you built this in one day. People don't really appreciate the value in master copies. This is something that I've learned being married to WifeQuest for a really long time. That one of the things that she did in her art program were these things called master copies, where you literally just copy. You literally just copy what someone who's better than you has painted. And if you can reproduce it, you probably have gotten a lot better than you were when you started it. That's all I have for now, but I can add new items, enemies, and projectiles with like 4 lines of code. So I might spend the rest of the night doing that. That's great, man. Thank you for showing. That's super cool. Okay, Artemis. WifeQuest, if I could ask a favor, would you mind getting a quick pig ear for Artemis to kind of calm her down? Very, very cool. That's awesome. See, this is where like doing that whole globalized state management and everything is great. My invisibility cloak, no! Thank you. That's very cool. Yeah, thank you for showing. We're getting all sorts of demonstrations from people. Like we got this one color spread from Narvin in the game. Oh, he's got screenshots up here. This is awesome. Hold on. I know I said we were gonna do work, but we're just gonna look at this stuff. Oh, WifeQuest's actual wife. Yes, WifeQuest's actual wife. Yes, the person who decided to spend her entire eternity with me. Which is a weight that I carry because she's incredible. So I need to be good for her. This is great. Narvin? Wow, this is way more built out than I would have expected. So it's like a runner, and you're trying to, how do you assign the colors? With triggers? Whoa, that's complex. You're not even like cycling through them. You are manually changing the color. So if we were trying to build something really accessible and like that's quite a quest. It is quite a quest. The weight is heavy on my head. The sword of Damocles hangs dangerously close every day. Yeah, if we were trying to build something like accessible that everyone could play, you would definitely not want to do that. But I think this is a really interesting concept because it makes it harder in an interesting way, where you're trying to remember where are all the colors, and if the screen is constantly moving and you're trying to keep up with it, you're like going to be constantly fiddling with the controls. Very streamable, frankly. If you look at something like, you know, what's it called? QWERTY? Clops? Something? Or Octodad, or any, you know, getting over it, any of those ones that like have intentionally difficult control schemes to provide humor. But also there's it's not just humor, there's also a huge like skill amount that could be very readily apparent. I think that's a super cool idea. And also, check this out, done with minimal art assets. It's literally just colored shapes. I love stuff like that. I love stuff like that because it shows the world you can make something interesting and unique that people play without needing to be a master of everything. If you're intentional, if you are good at some things, you can create something that people will enjoy. Don't not make a game just because you can't draw. You don't need to draw. Just make something interesting. That's all you need. You can do that with circles. You can do that with squares. Super freaking cool. And then we've got Corey, who posted a couple of updates on... oh, that's right. It's X now. Excuse me. From Pizza Crust Games. He shared some updates. Check this out. So you're spreading these vines, and then you can go and like cut them. I guess he built this ability. You're trying to cover the map with a certain amount of vines. Oh, and I'm guessing that the bugs that are coming and eating them can also set fire to them. So you can like cut the fire off in order to prevent the fire from spreading. Like, cool stuff, you know? It's rad. we're getting updates like that all the time over on the Discord. So thank you everyone who's there and is participating and making that happen. All right, so we've got bile, and we'll do like an ampersand. That feels kind of sufficiently weird. And I'm actually going to copy and paste this, and then we're going to use Halassin on this one. I go to like recents. Really? That's weird. Let's do Halassin. And then we're going to center these. But they're not actually going to center, so I'm going to have to manually adjust. And then what I want to do is copy, paste. We're going to change, you know what, we're just going to make a square that big. We're going to get rid of that last ampersand. Don't need it. And then I'm going to bring this in so we get like a sort of a shape. And we're going to mask. In fact, I'm going to copy the shape first so I have it in my clipboard. And then we're going to mask. Okay. Then we're going to copy the shape again. Then we're going to flip it to 129. And 111. There we go. Let's bring that right there. And then we're going to mask against the other. Okay. So Joe Mulhari and... Okay, there's our problem. The font got mixed up. Where was it? It was a who? No. Shoot. There was an S in it? I think. Oh dear. What was it? I don't think it was too far up. It was like, Jeju Halassin. There we go. And then we're going to shift you down. You know what? I've got the wrong masks on the wrong thing. We want the bile to be up top. We want this one to be on bottom. It'd be cool to do a regular demo day where you play a bunch of other indie creators' new games. I would love to do that, honestly. I'd love to do an indie day. In fact, I've also considered doing a come get your stuff critiqued day. I think that could be really valuable for people. Because it's really important to get used to having your stuff critiqued in any creative profession. Oh, that gap in the ampersand is just like there? Oh. All right. Okay. Well, let's go in. We'll make this... How do we rasterize text in Figma? Ooh, can you? I'm pretty sure you can. How rasterize text in Figma? Convert text to vector paths. Yes, that's what I meant. To flatten. Which is found in Control E. Okay. There we go. We got paths. We got paths. Excellent. We still want you masked. Come on. Mask. There we go. We're just going to kind of adjust some of these points to match up with each other a little bit better. And then we're going to grab these guys and kind of drag them out a little bit more. Oops. We need this one too. Just to kind of make it feel a little more pronounced. And then on this one, we will bring this in. Change our ampersand paths. We're not going to change it a ton. We don't want to like completely change the vibe of the font. We just want to get it lining up a little. Getting better. Getting better. Add in an extra point. Okay. Wife quest, man, don't I know it? Yeah. Yeah, you get a lot of critiques in your profession. You've had to develop a very thick skin. I'm gonna scooch this in because I feel like it's better to be irregular on the more irregular font. Bring that out a little bit. I said bring that out a little bit. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, it looks good enough. And then we'll throw like a, you know, some sort of effect. I should probably not put very much time into this because I'm not one of the artists. That is not my job on this jam. Put an inner shadow in. And we will change it to white. Now, why do we not have our lines showing up? Excuse you. White? Go. You're not even showing up with a fill. Do you have to be a stroke? You do have to be a stroke. Okay. There we go. That's our problem. Okay. Layer blur. We'll knock it down. And we'll change the stroke color. All right. That looks sufficiently bad. Now, we did talk about as well in our team throwing in the GameJam logo. So we can definitely do that. Copy image. We'll throw this. Just, whoa, no, that was getting put into the overlay. We don't want that. Let's do that, and then we'll have you be blend. Oh, that looks nice. Knock out the transparency there. Okay. Made for the PirateSoftware GameJam on January 26th. We can reduce lines of text there. PirateSoftware GameJam January. There we go. That's the way it's supposed to be done, right? And we'll do like a... Yeah. Very cool. Nice. I'm having horrifying flashbacks to when I worked as a graphic designer early in my career. Oh, man. Yeah. This is not good graphic design, by the way. No one take notes on this. Let's shrink that down a little bit more. Okay. Then maybe we'll do just a... Let's see. Can I... there's no bold of that. Of course there's not. Let's add a stroke, and that will kind of do a pseudo bold. All right. I think that makes it somewhat legible, but also not calling a ton of attention to itself. So we need to grab all these. Oh, come on. Group. You're the ampersand. This name isn't even necessarily our final name. I'm going completely rogue on this. And we can shrink it. There, you, centered, and Enter. All right. And then we can do play, exit. And then if we have time, let's add this to our Game Jam board here. Audio sliders. Sliders in settings. Because that would be nice. We do definitely want to have audio in at some point. But we do also want to make sure we actually get the game done. So if there's time, we'll make that adjustable. I think that would be appreciated. I watch a lot of Wanderbot and Retromation, and that is consistently the first thing that is always done. It's just, let's nuke all of the sound effects down, because I hate them. I hate all the sound effects in the whole world. All right. So that's not, like, the best thing ever. That's one concept. Which just kind of is the thing. And then the other one would be getting rid of the background. Okay, select layer. Where are you? Excuse you, select layer. Did we get rid of select layer in Figma? That was like one of my favorite things ever. Okay. Oh, there we are. Oh, whatever. So we just change this to 100%, and then let's add in, you know, some sort of art sprite. Let's check out our art folder. Come on, here we are. I kind of like the home base icon. If you're here from YouTube, you know that already. Let's crop this in so that I can actually like manipulate it with any sort of reasonableness here. There we go. There's the crop. Yes, good. Then we can shrink. That's one concept. Let's grab some more, and we'll just kind of keep playing around with stuff until we find something that we like. I mean, what if we just kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not loving these, to be honest. Let's look at some quick game menus. Let's look at like Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight menu. I like that. We may go with something like that. Let's just get some more inspiration. Let's do Castlevania menu. Okay, that's a much more intense, metaphorical sort of representation. Let's go kind of far. Let's do Goat Simulator menu. Because when you're looking for, when you're looking for examples, you want to do it from a wide variety of different genres that are accomplishing similar things. One thing that you hear people talk about like that a lot is lightning demos. So everyone kind of in a group brainstorms, brings 3 to 5 ideas of things that they think are solving the problem. And then you throw them up on the board, and then you kind of remix those ideas, and you get something that you like. I remember I was building a website for a company that was building, that had a product to help women with menstruation cramps. And I was trying to solve a particular problem and looking for these lightning demos. I actually found the exact sort of pattern I was looking for on a Ford truck selling website. And I was like, look, this is a lot of what we want to build. It was fun. Very fun. Got a lot of raised eyebrows in that meeting. Let's look at classics as well. So let's look at Slay the Spire menu. Copy image. And then let's look at... Let's do one more. Let's do... what's it called? End Game of Devil menu. Google, search please. Thank you. And all I'm seeing is the game being played. I'm not seeing any of the like title screens. But there is more than one way to skin a cat. Because I own End Game of Devil. So I can just boot it up. And we can screen cap it. Actually, I'm glad we did this, because this is kind of an interesting one. Kind of like it. You can see it right here. It's kind of interesting. It's a different layout than the others. So if we kind of roughly mock these out, I'm going to do these in colors. So actions are red. We'll have art and decorative stuff in green. And I'm just trying to kind of map out the spaces. Delete that extra thing. Okay. We've got actions. We're going to do actions here. And then down here, just to kind of visualize this a little bit. Beyond just looking at it, like try and see what are the real patterns. And then we'll do a splash screen sort of effect in blue. Logo sort of thing. Because if you break things down to their pieces, you can start to notice patterns. You can start to see a little bit more of what was built and why was built. We missed our menu over here. That's a big principle in art. You don't try and draw the whole thing, you try and draw little shapes inside of the thing. And then hilariously, I think Team Cherry is the only one who has their logo on the main screen. That's interesting. There we go. So let's take a look at this. Let's kind of analyze what this is telling us here. And then let's compare it to, let's say, I don't know, this. Oh dear. Don't zoom in that far, please. So we are doing, similarly, full screen background art. And then we've got the game splash logo title thing. And then we've got our menu. And we have a very different shape than the others, which is not a bad thing. They're all very different from each other. But it's interesting to think about. What kind of insanity are you planning to make? Deadly Oof says in YouTube. So we are building, let me bring us back over here. We are building for the PirateSoftware GameJam a card builder roguelike tower defense, where every time you play a card, you move the world state forward. So if I play a card, you'll see this bad guy up at the top of the screen start to move in. So it's very kind of rogue-esque. The original Rogue, where the world state only advances when you make a change. So now we're starting to get a lot more people on the screen. I need to start considering, how do I actually want to expand? How do I want to deal with things and plan ahead in a way that they do not reach my base? Put a spitter down and get some more land, throw a thing. Oh, we just got our attack in. Hi, other channels. Yeah, we got some people on Twitch as well. Thanks for coming in, Deadloof. It's great to have you here. Thank you for joining us. Are you working on anything as well? Working on anything for the Game Jam? This looks actually good. Well, thank you. That is a wonderful compliment. And I totally understand the sentiment where it's coming from, of you don't necessarily expect much from random people on the internet. And so to hear, from my position, a random person on the internet say this actually looks kind of good, that's a massive compliment. We're building this as a team. There's 4 of us, and we're really excited about it. We think it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're working this week on just kind of refining, building out more content. Right now, we're working on a title screen for it, and that's what we're doing here. We're trying to build a menu so this can actually work a little bit. And then we have to work on audio, and we've got some more art refinement to be done. But yeah, we're making progress. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a ton of fun. It's always great to just kind of decide, I'm going to do something ridiculous. And I'm going to do 2 weeks building something to just submit for the world. It's not even for profit. It's not for anything. It's just to kind of participate in an event. That's kind of what we're all about here at this channel, at foxhollowgames. We are a nonprofit dedicated to helping people gain the skill sets they need to enter the video game industry. So what we're doing right now is me trying to build a couple of projects, gain my own skill set, and release some stuff on Steam. We have another couple of projects that are on the back burner during the Game Jam. And then after I have my own experience building, releasing, publishing, marketing, all those fun things, we're going to start doing cohorts of 6 individuals where they can come in and try something entirely new. We'll pay them a salary, and every 6 months we'll build a new game. And we'll release it, put it on Steam, and then they'll have a portfolio project. And all the while, they're getting mentorship, they're getting training from company sponsors, all those sorts of things. Have you tried adding Limbus cards, maybe? They're sort of attack moves for players. Limbus cards. I am unfamiliar with the term Limbus cards. And when I'm Googling it, I'm getting kind of a just random anime showing up. They are sort of attack moves for players. So like a power, like a kill this thing on the screen type sort of effect. If that is, then yes. Yes, we do. We have one where this is a stretch goal for ourselves. If we can get it built, animated, and everything, where tentacles rip open the ground, grab the enemy sprite, and drag it down, and then close up the ground again. Limbus Company. Let me take a look here. Limbus Company. Yeah, I'm unfamiliar. In fact, Googling it, I'm kind of just getting a bunch of anime. I'm not seeing like a game, but I do see a link to Steam, which is very positive in reviews. 27.5 thousand very positive reviews. That's impressive. It looks like it's not translated to English, maybe? Which is maybe why I haven't heard of it. Is it Korean that I'm seeing? Project Moon? Combination of turn-based RPG and real-time brawl. Hold on. Let's take a look at this. It's a great game. Is it localized into English? Because everything looks like it is, I believe, in Korean? Each turn results in a display of exhilarating action. The combat phase, units on both sides will act simultaneously. During the scramble, characters targeting each other may clash. The outcome of a clash depends on the strength of their opposing skills. Okay, so it's kind of like a blind bid. You're doing a blind bid to try and do more damage than the other person. Yes, it is in English. The lore is what makes it good. Okay, very cool. Seems rad. I mean, it's got a ton of positive reviews. Putting that on my wish list. Thanks for sharing. Seems awesome. It's a gacha game. Is it free to play? I mean, yeah, free to play. Okay. Gotcha. I really enjoy the concept of gacha games. I really do. I think that idea of like merging things together and getting something really big and strong with new abilities is a really compelling concept. I just want like a version that doesn't want to make me have to mortgage my house in order to enjoy that mechanic. You know, I want a gacha game that I can just play and not have to whip out my credit card. So I'm kind of okay. It's also got prequels and sequels. Wow. Okay. So it's got quite the fan base, it sounds like then. One thing that I'm seeing on our version is that we have a much larger ratio of menu actions to everything else. Oops. Oh, come on. Lock. So what if we just kind of like... All right. More than one way to skin a cat. What if we just gotta shrink it down a little bit? I think that looks better. Get a better ratio going. What's the golden ratio? Dead loop, yep. Yeah. Like, I really love the concept of gacha games. I think it's a really compelling loop. And I've played my fair share of gachas, and I've done my free-to-play gachas. 1.618 to 1. So let's take our width and height here. 383 divided by 1.618. So 236. We'll set that to be linked. I'm playing around with things right now. You know what? I am going to copy that version and then we'll redo. So we still have the old version there. Shift it over. And then our green. No? Green? Where's the green? Did we lock it? We did lock it. There we are. There we go. Kind of compare the two. Normally until 40% of the game can be played carefree, and then after that you need strategies. Very cool. Very cool. So what if we took the main screen and then also made that into a golden ratio, which applied down to blue? So we're going for 835 divided by 1.618, 516. We're going to link that. We're doing this based off the width, yeah? Width. Do that. I'm going to grab all this. I'm going to group it. I'm going to lock it. Send it to back so I can manipulate the things that I'm trying to. There we go. Oh, these are still text, aren't they? We need to change those. Okay. Just changing them into vectors so we can actually manipulate it a little bit more easily without having to play around with like font sizes and everything when we're not really at that point. Oh, there's my select layer. Where were you before? I'm sick and tired of all these tools embarrassing me in front of my many prestigious friends. Please stop. Oh, right. Ungroup. You and you. So, what would a golden ratio of this one be? We've got 516 times 1.618. Or, excuse me. Divided by 1.618. It's like, that's a very large number. And it is a very large number. It shouldn't be a very large number. It should be a slightly larger number. You know, I really shouldn't even be spending this time on this because our artists will say, hey, that's my job. Center. So what happens if we turn all of these overlay layers off? We can kind of just rapidly scroll through them. Click layer. Did I? Okay. No, it's just being weird. Okay. Oh, right, because we put the sprite on top. I remember that. Visible, visible, you and you, visible. Oops. We don't want to get rid of the UI element, just the... just the highlighted stuff. The overlays we don't need. So let's take a look here. This was our original. By the way, when you mean GameJam, do you mean itch? It will be submitted to itch. Yeah, we're doing the PirateSoftware GameJam. PirateSoftware GameJam. Yeah, this one. That's what we're working on. Theme of it's spreading. Okay. We got this one. This feels kind of samey. This is a lot more contrast, but I almost feel like this gets lost a little bit. I do kind of like that it's inside of the mouth, though. That's kind of fun. That's maybe a motif that could be played around with, like putting the play inside of the big mouth. That could be kind of fun. If I'm ignoring the art on this one feels the best out of the three we've looked at. The art is definitely making some tangents with the text we'd want to get rid of. This one feels the best, but I feel like the actual controls get lost. So it needs, we need to do something to kind of bring those forward a little bit, right? Like maybe we can put in a smokestack stock photo in the background or something. Oh, you know what? We actually have a pixelized smokestack because our artist made one. Let me crop this in again. There we go. We're gonna send it to back. Put it in very low opacity. And then, like, what about something like that? Gonna reposition it down. What if instead of reducing opacity, we change the blending mode? We're gonna get anything interesting. Not really, because of that black background. I believe I uploaded a large writhe tentacle too. Awesome. Cole, welcome on in. By the way, Cole Chaos is our lead environmental artist for this project. He's been streaming his progress every night. And he's a rad guy. Known each other for a long time. Go check him out. Cool dude. Been doing a lot of good work. How does that look? Even lower? Maybe bring it up a little bit, but then add in like a cloud texture for random visual noise. Cole Chaos, I was doing all of this and constantly telling people I shouldn't be doing this because our artists are going to be mad at me. And yet here I am. So I'd like to think that I apologize, but I'm kind of just having fun. Put those in there. Oops. Shift them way down. No, don't drag them out, Figma. Just want to move them down. Eh, not that far. Like, we're over there, maybe? What happens when we export that? I want to see that, like, in existence. We've not uploaded it. I will do that during our meeting. Nah, go for it. Next time I have to do the code and you get the art, I'm sure. So have you already made something for the title screen here? Deadly UFO, thanks. Yeah, go check him out. Great guy. He's been doing streaming for a very long time. Was very prominent in the Destiny community for a very long time. But I can't use Twitch yet. That's just fine. That's just fine. We're glad to have you here. Not officially, was experimenting by making a large variant of the ride. Oh, very cool. Very cool. All right. Well, I'm just going to have this here as a placeholder. And then when you do your rad thing, we'll use that. Let's go back to GameMaker here. And I am going to export this and say it is SPR menu background. Export. Lovely. And this will just be our placeholder. Placeholders are all that truly matter. Yes, Cole Chaos on Twitch. I agree, especially when it comes to our limited time. So we've got our UI element here. Let's drag this. Oops. There we go. Drag this in. There we go. And then we will create a new room. New room. And you will be room menu. Let me make the naming consistent, universal language, and all that. We're going to set this as our main space. That's our principal room, the very first starting point. Menu. There we go. And we need to copy over these width and heights. There we go. And we will, in the background layer, it'd be cool if we had time to add some sort of animation to this. Like, I don't know, some sort of animation. Just a very subtle, slight movement. I think that would do a lot to kind of set things apart. All right. File and Cole. Perfect. And then, on instances, we're going to make 2 new buttons. 2 new objects. This is going to be object play button, and then object exit button. By the way, thank you so much, everyone, for coming in and hanging out. I appreciate that you're all here today. Those of you who are new, either on YouTube or on Twitch, we are a nonprofit dedicated to helping people gain the skill sets they need to enter the video game industry. We're working on a game jam right now because game jams are rad, and I need to get better at what I'm doing. Eventually, we'll have cohorts of individuals getting paid salaries every 6 months to build games. We'll release low-budget, low-dollar cost projects that will be on Steam, be published, and these individuals will be able to spend their time learning and actually doing what they need to do in order to gain the skill set. Not just a technical skill set, but marketing, networking, all that sort of stuff. We're going to help build them up. So it's a very exciting thing. Wouldn't miss it, WifeQuest. Well, of course you wouldn't. You're committed. Love having you here. Love having you here, WifeQuest. Okay, let's go back to our task list. Pull that up. And we'll drag these buttons in. Yeah, play button and exit button. That was weird. GameMaker just kind of went a little slow there. And then I need to see what is our... There we go. What are our dimensions here? We need... 183 wide. Okay. So... really, we're just going to draw to the GUI. Draw GUI. We're going to do draw text at... Where are you at? We can actually check this specifically. 329. And I will clean this up at a later date. He said, knowing that he would probably not clean it up at a later date. So the text is play. And then we need to set some font styles. So draw font, draw set font. And then what are we using for this? We are using Jeju Halasan. Okay. Jeju Halasan. And I'm assuming we're going to need that in quotes as a string. No? Asset GM font. Okay. Okay. Darn it. So how do we define this? I've never actually changed font through code. When I was doing that, it was all through visual. It's been a while since we had to change the font. So ds change font, or it's not change, set. And it's not ds either. It's draw set font. What am I doing? My goodness. This is what happens when you don't drink enough water, folks. Draw set font. The font index in the variable font game. Okay, so you do just pass in a name. It is a variable name, but then how do you like declare that? Font add. Okay. So let's add the fonts in our global. And we will say install or include fonts. And our font name. The path of the font file in the included files. Oh dear. Now I'm pretty... Okay. I'm going to do something dumb. I'm going to go to our button, our play button. And I'm going to make a new draw event that I'm going to convert to visual. And I have a process behind this. Yeah. Okay, so font, set font. Oh my goodness. Huh. Okay. Font is a resource you create, or you can use a sprite font. Yeah, I guess this is strange. It used to be able to read like all the fonts that I had on my system before, but clearly not. So we'll add the fonts. So we need to look into our fonts. Find our TTFs for these. For Jeju Halasan. H-I-J... Okay, I was thinking that might be the case. This is a web font, so we're going to need to go to Google Fonts. We're going to need to grab Jeju Halasan. For real? Pretty sure I typoed. Really? Really? Well, where did this font come from? Hallasan. Yeah. Wow. Okay, we'll have to do something else. Let's grab a different font. Let's do... I don't know. I don't really want handwriting necessarily. That'd almost be more for the coal side than the bile side. Display. Let's find something good. We're gonna do bile. Oh, you know what? The stream can't even see these fonts. Let's scrunch this in a little bit. There we go. Now you can see what I'm seeing. We're looking for something just kind of a little bit corroded, a little bit organic, a little bit yucky. Rubik maps? Not really. That's like an actual map. Which is cool, but not really what we're looking for here. We've got about 40 to 50 minutes left, by the way, on today's stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. It has been so great having you here. I mean, do we just do press start 2-player? I mean, that's kind of like the classic, right? Luckiest guy, that feels more comic booky. Rubik bubbles? Because there's bubbles in bile, you know? This is not really giving me much. Which is a bummer. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Moon rocks. And then what is our other font we're using here? It is Jomol Hari. Do we have that here? If we remove... Oh, there it is. Right there. Perfect. Great. That one was just fine. What happened to our other one? Why did that one break? All right, we're going to extract these. We're going to bring them into our directory so we can actually put them in our game. Take this. We're going to go to GitHub. There we go. And we are going to put them... Let's see. Do we have a section for fonts in here? I don't think so. There's not like a fonts... Oh, there is a fonts folder. Well, why are you not in the... folder structure? Can I just click and drag you in? Ooh, nice. Yes, lovely. So we have our Jomol Hari, we have our rubric Moon Rocks. Excellent. Making progress. Oh, so they're in data files. Okay. So we need to add a new font, 2 new fonts. Did we crash Game Maker? There we go. So font, we'll just name this Jomol Hari. Oh, this is what I was looking for, man. Jomol Hari. Okay. But we have this as an included font. Do I need... How do I find our included fonts? New range, advanced options, no. This is totally new. This is lovely. I've never done this before. This is awesome. mean, can I like click and drag? No. No? Okay. Open in properties, external editor. Okay. Documentation. Let's go back to this. Font assets. The font editor? No, that's not really what we're wanting. For real? Font. Asset editors. Fonts. Okay, here we go. So how do we include a included font? Game Maker, how use an included font? Let's check this out. You can use font add. I mean, all right, fine. If you're just gonna make it difficult, then we'll do it. I don't know why I can't just use these font assets that exist, but whatever. Sure, great. Delete them. This is another one of those things that is just like, Game Maker, why is this so weird and hard? Why do you make it so hard on us? Game Maker does a lot of things really coolly. Coolly is a word that people use, especially young and hip and attractive ones. But like there's, and it's very approachable, very easy to get into, but then there's all these weird things. It's just like, it feels like you have a lot of underlying assumptions about how people are using this, but you're not telling anyone what those assumptions are. So we just have to kind of discover it as we go through, and it's very frustrating. So font add is jomolhari-regular.ttf. Size? What? It's a font family. Why am I having to declare exactly what font sizes there are? You're not going to make me do font add for every single pixel size, are you? What? Can I just say all? Can I just say all of them? I'd like to just have everything. The first character to include? Okay. Why do I need to specify if it's italic or not? Can't you just read the font file? Okay. False. Okay. Okay, cool. So, we're going to copy this. Oh, stop. Just, there we go. And instead of Jomolhari regular, it will now be Rubik Moonrocks -regular .ttf. Okay, so theoretically, we have now added in these fonts. They now exist. Oh, but wait, hold on. They need to equal a thing. We need to make a variable. So, font Jomolhari equals, and font Moonrocks equals. There we go. So now we can go back to our button, play button, and in the draw GUI, you are going to be font Jomolhari. Draw set font, play. In fact, we don't want Jomolhari, we want the other one. Moonrocks, that's what it was. Font Moonrocks, play, draw set font, font Jomalhari, just to reset it to something that's a little more legible, because the Moonrocks font is like neat and fun, but it is not legible. Now we're going to need an on click. On left down. We're going to need a hover. So mouse enter and mouse leave. And on enter, we just want to scale it up a bit. So image X scale equals 1.1. And image Y scale equals 1.1. It'd be kind of rad to, like, you know, mask in jaws coming down a little bit through the letters. That's getting a little cutesy, though. Scaled up a bit and reset scale. Okay. On left down, we will go to room, go to, there we go, room, go to, room, go. Done. In fact, let's not even do this. Let's just do play. Room, play. We'll have these other rooms for debugging purposes, but we will have an official room, which will duplicate, and that will be room, play. There we go. Right on. And then let's also just X it down a little bit. X, or not X, Y, plus equals, I don't know, 5. Okay. Let's check this out. Variable object play button, font Moonrocks, not set before reading it. Oh, right. We need to bring our global object into here. And then we need to make sure that we are loading it in the correct order. Instance creation order, global, drag you all the way up, friendo. You actually already had global in here. That's weird. Where? Okay. Great. Completely off everything? Whoa, what are you? Exit button? Is this like when the game was kind of hanging and it was saying like, hey, I'm dragging something in, and it says, hold on, give me 1 second. And I say, okay, I'm gonna stop. And it says, cool, I dragged that 3 screens away for you, exactly where you stopped it. You're welcome. Okay. Instance create layer, specified layer win lose does not exist. Ah, okay. Because we're doing a lot of stuff in here that we really shouldn't be. You know what? I'm gonna kill that. I'm just gonna make a object. Call it fonts, and on create. Do this. Because that's going to be loading the store. It's going to be doing all sorts of stuff. We don't want to deal with all that. Not gonna process any of that today. So we'll get rid of our object global that's in our room, and then we'll bring in our object fonts right in there. And then in our play button, I think we're actually good. Oh, but we do need to make sure we're loading the fonts up first. Come on, man. Game Maker's being so slow today. What's going on? Okay. Font Moonrocks not set before reading it still. That's disappointing. Let's check our instance creation order, just to be sure. Okay, fonts is going in first. Is it a naming problem? Are we not naming it the right thing? Font underscore Moonrocks, and then we'll go to, oh, you know, we're gonna have to reference object fonts. And this is where, Alex, the stuff you've been talking about would be really helpful for me to be building, is making these global things with the hash and the macros to make this a little more legible. We're gonna go to play button. Object fonts dot. There we go. Let's try that out. There we go. It's not working, but it's there. That's nice. It's not scaling up when we mouse over it either. And it's not clickable. Okay. Draw, set, font, size? Draw, set, no. Okay. You know, I'm thinking it's going to be a million times faster to just export these things as actual buttons. That these are going to be visual assets. All right. So let me bring this back over. Okay. Delete you. Try this again. Delete you. There we go. We have our play button, which is already the size that we want it to be. SPR play button. I think it's button play, actually, is how we've been naming them. We gotta go fast, because I'm running out of time for today. Okay, come on. Come on. Hey, I said rename. Rename. SPR button exit. And then we will export. We will export. Then we will open our downloads folder. Woo. Need to do some maintenance on my desktop. I've got so many things that are just like everywhere. Did we not export the play button? Oh, we did. Oh, okay. It was just blending in with the background. Okay. Great. Bring these into our UI section. And then button play. And I know this is not the ideal way to be doing this, but it's the fast way, and it's the way that I can do, and I know how to do, and I don't have to spend time learning, and that's important right now. So we can actually delete this entire draw GUI step. Delete event. And then on our button exits, drag in. Let's see what we got here. We have a play button. And it is scaling up appropriately. Let's actually change the sprite origins. We'll make these both middle center. Okay. Click, there we go. Awesome. Hot dog. And we will reposition these because now they are not very well centered anymore. Okay. And then all of this stuff, you know what? Yeah, no, let's just copy it over. Once again, we're just going for speed right now. And then left down, it's not room go to, it is quit, exit, close, game close, game end, maybe. What does game end? Ends the game and triggers the game end event. Okay, let's try this out. Hey, we've got a menu. Look at that. Let's get our dopamine. Whoop. All right. Hot dog. Nice. Thank you. All right. We are jamming. Oh, we're jamming. We're jamming. Yeah, we're jamming. What is that song? And what is it from? It's from Gravity Falls. Blanching. Yeah. Gravity Falls. Bob Marley. That would be a very good bet for those lyrics. Rap song by Lil Big Dog. Hilarious. Do we have lyrics? Please tell me someone's made lyrics for this. Yes. Yes. Am I blanching? Girl, we blanching. I live up in a mansion. Are you blanching? Yeah, I'm blanching. I live up in a mansion. And it's pretty much just that. That's fantastic. Awesome. It's, you know, it's refreshing to hear rap artists educating the youth on correct vegetable preparation procedures. You know, blanching is an important thing to maintain color and nutrient value in our dishes. It's an important thing to make sure that everyone knows about. All right. So I've got some concerns about the hand. We need to make sure this is not starting off wherever it is. So let's go back to our hand management object. Deck, hand manager. And let's look at why on earth this is happening the way that it is. So it's in our draw hand script, right? Draw hand script. So what's weird is that, like, it's recentering when it needs to. And then from here on out, it's fine. But then it never really... Oh, well, that's not good. So it's on the first time it's getting it wrong. So our very first loop, every time we draw a new hand. Strange, because I think we're calling the draw hand script when we play a card as well. So for some reason, when we are redoing it, it is not recalculating the total width. Which it should be, because we have hand width here. Hand position X. Are we doing that in here? And this is the only place where we're drawing stuff. So let's debug this. Show debug message. And it will be hand position X plus string hand position X. Check this out. I love that we're starting with a menu screen now, by the way. Even though, like, it's not all that good. It's, like, here, and I love that. So, hand position X is at 416. Which is, yeah, way over here, right smack dab in the middle. We are adding, so we have hand position X at 416 plus the card width times the total amount of loops we have done. So we are on loop 0 to start off with. So it's just 416. And then hand position Y. And hand position Y is okay. We should probably, scooch it down, but it's okay. And then we draw the card of the current hands. So then, if I do that, all of a sudden our hand position is back to 160. So hand center is being weird, and hand width is being weird. Let's run this in debug mode so we can keep an eye on our variables here. Set that right there. I love that it's a menu now. Gosh, that feels so good. So, hand width is at 0. We're gonna hit play. And we just run through everything. Perfect. That was very, very unhelpful. Let's try it again. So we have card width, and then we have hand width of 0. Why is hand width 0? I mean, that has to change at some point, right? Hold on. What are we doing? Reset? Play. Am I not going to get debugging? Game? What's going on? Try it again. We're going to do F10, step over. We're going to look for when hand width and hand center update. When are you going to update? Tell me. When do you become alive? What? Never? Then how is it getting set to 460? Hold on. What? Set another breakpoint. Debug. Okay. There we go. Now we have card width as 128. Gonna step into... Excuse you. 128. Current hand array. What is current hand? Is it empty? Where are we defining current hand? Are we running this before the hand gets defined? Is that our problem? Where is our is it in hand? No. Is that our problem? I think we need to do all of these. After this, because now, yeah, this is when we're dealing with our discard, our hand, and everything. That's probably our problem. And that's probably why we were having that really weird situation. We were defining it before we filled the hand up. There we go. That was the problem. Good. I love it when things are a little bit easy. Then I'll throw dissolve down, I'll redraw, and everything is perfect. And we're never gonna have enough cards to bump into that button. So that fixes that problem as well. Excuse me, didn't mean to hit the mic there. Let's get consume everything. I want to see how that works with, like, real things. Oh dear, that totally broke it. Okay, dissolve everything, or consume everything is broken. Our win condition is broken. Let's fix that. Where are we causing problems here? Enemy turn timer not set before reading it. That's interesting. Let's go to our cards. Powers, consume everything. Come on. Definitely need to remove that last mention of the blob. You know what? I'm just going to have... Kind of makes sense for it to just be itself on the card. And then maybe in card effects in our scripts, maybe that's causing problems. Because the enemy controller shouldn't be breaking here. And then consume everything, yeah, it just applies time. Which is doing the exact same thing as everything else. And everything else works. So why is this breaking it? You know, we're not spending time to buy cards. That's not good. Like, I can play a ton of cards and be okay. Also, we shouldn't be deleting the hand. Also, we only drew up to 4 that time. Okay, things are getting a little worse, a little worse. Where's my consume everything card? Did it get corrupted? Also, I never bought a Wretch, and we don't have a Wretch in the deck. There is definitely some data corruption happening here. But isn't it so cool? Look, it's all working and stuff. It's so cool. Huh. Very strange. Very strange. Ooh, I've only got a few more minutes before I've got to jump off for the day, unfortunately. So let's document these bugs that we found, because we're not going to be able to address them today. So we have hand or deck corruption happening on shuffle, question mark? I think that's when I started to notice that. Consume everything card breaking? The controller, enemy controller script object? Okay. These are things we absolutely have to get built before working to any of the other cool stretch goal sort of stuff. Oh, right, the menu. That's what I was gonna do. Okay, done. Hooray! Deck corruption happening on shuffle. Yeah, that is weird. Let's start digging into this. You know, before we start digging into it, let's try and play consume everything one more time, and then see if the same thing happens. Redraw. Okay. Yeah. So strange. Consume everything is completely breaking our enemy controller. Let's debug. I have no idea where this could even be breaking. Like, it shouldn't be doing anything that any other card does not already do. At least as far as, you know, pathing is concerned. Throw down dissolve. Then consume everything. We're at our breakpoint. Step into global.consume played equals true. Okay. So then we redraw the hand. Keep going. We are redrawing the hand here. We're going to just step over all that. Step out of. We don't care about draw hand. That's not where the problem is. Card play, we don't really care about. We're checking all of the enemies' healths to see if they're 0, and if they are, to destroy them. If consume played, object global.enemy turn timer seems to not exist. Does it not exist? OBJ global. Enemy turn timer. Okay, it does not exist. Okay, well, this is our problem. Enemy turn timer. Straight up does not exist. Like anywhere in the project. Really? How did that get nuked? Okay. I mean, what if I just do this? We'll do the thing that you always do when you're a really good developer, which is take a flying guess and see if that breaks stuff. All right, play, evolve, grab, consume everything. We're just gonna throw down some cards here. We do need to be checking for base as a building, because you can build on top of it right now. Oh, okay, so we win, but then we're not. This is so strange. There must have been some work done on like the enemy controller or something to redefine this. Let's go to our enemy controller. And we have... do we have like a turn? Available spawns? No. Number of spawns? How are you determining when to spawn something in? What is your timer? This has been changed since I looked at it. Number of spawn arrays equals array length. Okay, so maybe we just go to enemy? Let's check that out. Destroy, drop, base. Collision with base, you destroy yourself, sure. Goal X, goal Y. But then what is creating enemies? Set tower targets. Enemy paths script. Oh, okay, so there are some new scripts here. Spawn enemy. Let's check this out. And plan enemy movement. Do we have timers in here? I don't think so. So when do we call SC spawn enemy? In progress time. Okay. Okay. So what are we looking for? We're looking for the enemy turn timer. This is the spawn timer. This is awesome. This is great. Okay. Enemy moved equals false. So when are we calling progress time? Because we're going to be looping through this and setting it at multiple points, right? We're not passing anything into it. And this is where it's breaking, right here. So we're looking for that and it doesn't exist. So let's go back to apply time. There's apply time and progress time. That's great. Okay. We'll have that to clean up in a little bit if we get to that point, but it works, so we're just gonna leave the duct tape and the bubble gum in place for now. Loop step. I mean, what are we even doing? Switch object global dot loop step. Okay, interesting. So what is loop step? Where's loop step? There it is. Equals player. And then when are we setting? What is this madness? Its spreading isn't supposed to apply to my sanity, spreading out like too little jam over so much bread. If you just smiled because you knew what I was referencing, then we're friends now. So, okay, here's what he's doing. He's saying we start in the player, and then we progress to enemy planning, and then we progress to enemy movement, and then we progress to, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So how do we determine how much of this to do? We get to the end of the loop step, and then we go back to the player step, or go back to player, and then we break. Let's see, progress time. We're just calling it at the end of every step. So that's what it is. We're calling it at the end of every step. We're not, you need a holiday. I took a great vacation day yesterday. It was a wonderful Sunday. Spent the whole day with my family, and I did my absolute best not to think about work at all. It was awesome. Difficulty timer, time step timer. Time step timer? What's time step timer? Because what I'm trying to figure out is, like, where are we setting how much time is passing? We're doing apply time, object index. Time step timer. Okay, so I think that's what we need to change this to. Time step timer. I'm betting that was just a singular instance left. A single dwigget. And then before I redraw, let me actually buy consume everything. There we go. Awesome. Cool. This is going to progress 50 turns, which should definitely see us dying. And then we should lose. Oh, we didn't lose. Did we assign health to the main base? Or did our lose condition break? I think our loss condition broke. Oh, no, it didn't break. Okay. Great. We just have health on the base object. Okay, yeah, it has 10 health now. Great. Lovely. That's probably far too generous. Let's set it to like 5. Okay, cool. Well, that is working. Hooray, we fixed it. What else? Deck corruption happening on shuffle. This is the one I'm really worried about. Let's go to our draw hand. And what do you mean I need a holiday, Alex? You're the one making a new game every single day. How long have you been doing that for, friend? How long are you planning to keep it up for? By the way, if you want to play a new game every single day, go follow Alex Nord on itch.io. Goodness gracious. Okay. Instance destroy. Are we doing this in the wrong order? Do we need to, like... I don't think it should matter, but it seems like a bad idea to be destroying the hand before we're, like, referencing it. And I know we're not destroying the actual hand itself. The actual hand itself is being handled in a data object, in an array elsewhere. And we're just destroying the cards, the actual objects on the screen, which shouldn't matter. But we'll see here. So we need to uncomment all these. And then I need them back at the very end. So I need to, so that I can actually track for loop ending. And then, yeah, that should be plenty. That should be enough to give us what we need in order to debug this. Oh, we can get rid of the hand position stuff. That should be good. Let's try it again. So I have a cleaner log. Once again, going back to fiber today. Everything comes back to fibrous cereals. So, wife quest, I thought you'd like that. Let's throw this down. Variables. Oh, I'm hearing my alarm. That's it. I've got to head out. So, with that being said, thank you so much everyone for joining us. We're gonna do a little raid because we've got 4 people in here today. That's great. 4 people on Twitch, a couple on YouTube. Let's go ahead and do a raid. Who are we following that could use some support today? Let's go to let's go to Sundown. Sure. He has been making a great game, which just finished its Kickstarter. So we're gonna go ahead and raid, go ahead and say hi, and hang out. He's a great guy, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time. In 10 seconds, because the UI on raiding is terrible in Twitch. It says start raid, and you click yes, and it says great, I'm ready in 10 seconds. No, I clicked start. Embarrassing me in front of my friends.
foxhollowgames just raided me. Thank you, Foxhollow. I hope that your stream went well. Thank you for the raid. We're testing out some boss fight stuff here, everyone. So there's the boss. He has an aiming function.